Hey guys, it's Alexis, and today's video will be my 27th week bump date. Sorry for the shadow on this side of my face. My window's over here, and the way that I'm filming this, all the light goes on this side of the face, and over here it's darker. So let's go on to my apps and see what they have to say. Okay, so I'm 27 weeks today, but tomorrow I'm 28 weeks. And so it says I have 85 days to go. It's crazy. Of course the number's just going to continue to go down, but each time, each week, I can't believe how close it's getting. It's insane, and there's no other word for it. It's just crazy. It says your baby is about the size of a head of cauliflower. This week, your baby weighs almost 2 pounds, about the size of a head of a cauliflower, and is about 14.5 inches long, with her legs extended. She's sleeping and waking at regular intervals, opening and closing her eyes, and perhaps even sucking her fingers. With more brain tissue developing, your baby's brain is very active now. While her lungs are still immature, they would be capable of functioning with a lot of medical help if she were to be born now. Chalk up any tiny rhythmic movements you may be feeling to a case of baby hiccups, which may be common from now on. Each episode usually lasts only a few moments, and they don't bother her, so just relax and enjoy the tickle. And all of that was from the app called Baby Center, and the next app I'm going to be going to is called The Bump. The Bump says that my baby is as big as lettuce and is about 14.4 inches and 1.93 pounds. So my baby at 27 weeks. Baby's practicing inhaling and exhaling with his or her rapidly developing lungs. It's official, baby showing brain activity, and the brain will keep on getting more complex. At 13.6 to 14.8 inches and 1.5 to 2.5 pounds, baby's not just getting bigger, but also getting smarter. At 27 weeks, baby is breathing. It's amniotic fluid, not air, but it still counts. And even showing brain activity. You've got a lot on your brain too, from wondering what labor and delivery is going to be like to trying to find the best pediatrician for baby. The annoying symptoms you've been having probably aren't going away, but at least you've probably found some new ways to deal with them. And hey, maybe you're used to them right now. As you say goodbye to the second trimester, you can look forward to some pretty embarrassing stuff, like having to pee all the time, and maybe even when you don't mean to at all. That's all par for the late pregnancy course. It's time to head down the home stretch. Are you ready? So ready. So ready. So that's what the apps have to say about how baby is doing, and now I'm going to go into my symptoms about this week and all that good stuff. So I am 27 weeks, and each chart says a little bit different things, but the chart that I've been following says that I'm in my 7th month of pregnancy. So I'm not 7 months, but I'm in my 7th month of pregnancy, and it's also the beginning of the 3rd trimester, which I'm so excited about. And other charts say 28 weeks. I'm just gonna say 27, and I'm 28 weeks tomorrow, so either way, I'm in my 3rd trimester, and I'm so excited. And it's crazy because I just have to do all of this one more time, and he's here, and it's going to go by so much faster than I think. And I already know it, because March and February flew by. Where did they go? So I turn a new week every Friday. So as soon as I turned 27 weeks all the way up to Wednesday, baby was not moving a lot at all, and I was pretty concerned because not only was he not moving a lot, but crazy to say this, but my colostrum has decreased a lot. Before, it would literally be pouring and dripping out of me, and I haven't really been leaking much at all. I did have to buy a new box of breast pads finally, but I haven't had to open them because I haven't been leaking really. So that, along with the decreased movements, really was scaring me. But I had an appointment on Tuesday for my glucose test, and so I didn't think that I would see him there, and I did end up getting able to see him, and he was fine. he was moving and he was moving a lot actually. But I do have an anterior placenta, which means my placenta is located in the front and is located in front of baby. So if you've ever even seen a placenta, they're actually pretty big and they actually look pretty thick, and so it's kind of like a cushion. And baby's arms and legs were both down, and he also has his arms in front of his face and then the placenta in front of that. So he was moving a ton. The doctor's like, look, he's like, you feel that? I'm like, no, I don't feel that. But he was moving just because of his positioning and the placenta. I wasn't feeling him, or I was feeling him, but down low, which makes sense now. And they were really, really light. And so I was a little bit concerned, but I tried not to be because I was probably just being paranoid. Gio just thought I was being paranoid, which I guess I was, but baby's good. My hip pain is still there, especially when I'm sleeping at night. The past few nights it actually hasn't been too terrible, and I've actually been sleeping pretty well the past few nights. I do wake up a ton throughout the night, like several times, and I do go pee at least once a night. But when I am asleep, I'm like really like heavily asleep, but I do wake up. So I've been sleeping as best as I could be sleeping. I also really wanted to make something special for baby, so I randomly decided that I was gonna learn how to crochet, and I've never crocheted in my life. But thanks to some YouTube videos, I am making baby a blanket, and it's not finished. I probably still have like half of it to go. I'm not really sure. It's my first blanket ever, and I've already used like 3 balls of yarn, and that's all I have. So I didn't realize how much yarn it takes, but I'm super excited, and I'll show you guys the finished product in one of my bump dates whenever I'm finally finished. I've been so thirsty all of the time, especially in the middle of the night, which is really annoying because I already wake up to pee throughout the night, so I don't want to keep drinking stuff like during the night because then I'll just wake up to pee. So that's pretty, I just kind of deal with it during the night, but I am really, really thirsty a lot. Earlier in the week when I went to the grocery store, my belly felt so heavy. And I guess it kind of makes sense with the low movement since he was like way lower. It just felt really low, like on the bottom of my belly and like into my pelvic region. And it was like a really strange feeling. It was like a lot of pressure. I don't have it right now, but that was one thing that was happening. So like I mentioned, I did have a doctor's appointment. I had a glucose test, and the glucose test is basically to see if I have gestational diabetes, which is diabetes during pregnancy. And so I was told to fast from 12 a.m. the night before, and then my appointment was 8:30 a.m. in the morning. So I went in, I got the drink, I had 5 minutes to drink it. It's like 50 grams of sugar in it, and I drank it in 1 minute. It was the fruit punch flavor. It didn't really taste like fruit punch, but I finished it in 1 minute. It wasn't that terrible, it wasn't delicious, but I was able to drink it in a minute. And then after an hour, they called me back, they weighed me, and I think my last appointment I was either 130 or 131, and this time I was 134, so I didn't gain a crazy amount of weight. I gained about 3 to 4 pounds when the previous 2 months I gained 8 and 11 pounds, so slowing down, thankfully. So that brings my total weight to 27 pounds that I've gained, and normal is 30 to 35 pounds, and since I'm smaller, it won't hurt if I gain a little bit more. And then after they took my weight, I got to see baby like I mentioned. Baby is good. I don't know how much he weighs. They didn't tell me this time, sadly, but now my appointments are every 2 weeks instead of every 4 weeks, which is really exciting because now I get to see baby 2 times a week. So I have approximately 6 more appointments until he's born. And then they took my blood and I left. And I haven't got my results back yet for the gestational diabetes, but I heard no call is a good thing, so we'll just wait until my next appointment to see how that went. But I don't think I have it, but who knows. I think that's all for updates and symptoms for this week, but I did get about 15-16 seconds worth of him moving this morning. He's not moving consistently during that whole time, but if you look to the right of my belly and right under my shirt, because a little bit of my shirt's showing, it's black, and you can see him moving, and he moves twice. He moves once, which is just a little kick, and then he moves again, which he's like definitely moving, and I'll include that as well. And now I'll just go ahead and show you guys the bump. So ignore the mess I haven't cleaned yet today, but let's go ahead and measure the belly. Well, let me show you the belly first. Here's the belly from the front. You can tell how much the shirt is stretching because you can see my belly through. Here's belly from the side. And then here's belly from this side. Here's belly from the front again. This line is very dark. This line is pretty dark as well, but it's lighter. And my belly button piercing, and then this is my belly button. Here's right here, the belly. And then here's belly from over here. So let's see how much bigger it's gotten, if it's gotten bigger. So I would say it's about 37.5 inches around. There's a 37, there's a 38, and it's kind of in the middle. So yeah, we're just gonna go with 37.5 inches. So I grew half an inch because last week I was like right on 37. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I also have an Instagram account for this YouTube channel called Raising Baby Diaz, just like my YouTube name. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye!